Okay, hello to my game world creation in Unreal 4. My name is Andrew Weir, and in this video I'm just going to be going over a walkthrough of my level, as well as describing some of the themes and ideas that will be conveyed in the environment of my level. And the overall theme of the environment is Future Metropolis, which, as we can see, isn't looking very futuristic at the moment, but that's because I've chosen to set my environment in the slums or poor area of the city, and we can see how that's kind of got an effect on the gameplay and how it's a more of a different environment than you might expect of a future metropolis. And if we go out of this cave and we look up, we can see some of the more futuristic buildings that you might expect in a futuristic environment, and that's because they are the rich people of the area and we're currently in the poor area. So in the gameplay, as you can see here, you've also been encased by these massive walls, and the environment itself is kind of sheltered by cloth that have been added in by the richer people. The bridge has been built over the city, and this futuristic building here has literally been built to shelter the view from the taller buildings. And as this is still a future environment, some of the objects that you'll see about the environment are futuristic, and some of them are more modern to us, or kind of run down futuristic items. So first, starting off, we can see these buildings here. They've been built with some of the items that are repeating all over the level, and they'll belong to people that are higher profile in this environment. So within the outer city being pushing this area into a poor part, we've also got people that have higher ranks, so it's very uneven within the environment on the balance of who gets what. And so these people have proper buildings, proper shelter, whereas if I go over here, we can see that some people are living under just planks with bare minimum amount of things, and we can also see that they're building up the walls to show that they might be building towards escaping from the environment. But these buildings themselves have been built on the pillars of the bridge, and as we go into this alleyway here, we can see an area where maybe it doesn't look quite so run down as the outer area. Of course, obviously it's not a finished environment, but if we imagine this area to be built similarly to the outside, apart from there's only one entrance, and the richer or the high profile poor people would live here. The red glow here is from the light shining down through these cloth rags hanging across the environment, and it's been made with a post-processing volume. As we can see over here, the buildings stop and we head towards the water. Some of the more compact areas of items, these would be following all the way around here. These boxes will eventually be made into these kind of compact areas of items, and generally all the open space will have some kind of items within them, but with a time limit that wasn't available. And one of the later additions to the level is using these wooden planks on the water here. Maybe some of these slums have been built onto the water, kind of expanding out the environment a bit more with the limited space that they've had. They're really using every amount of space that they have. And this building here on the outside is a power station for the bigger city, and I imagine this to be seen by this environment and eventually in a story the player will head to this environment. It's kind of like a constant thing that they get to see from where they are from the start, and they'll be heading to that environment later on in the game. Currently this is the only area of the environment available, and the general mission for the character is that they want to break out of this place. They want to break out of the of the walls, and that might be heavily guarded. So we've got a gate here, which is pretty much always going to be shut, and we've got a gate over here as well, because obviously people will need to go in and out of the area. But the player himself will have to find items in the area that will allow him to build a bomb or a weapon that will allow him to get out of the area. But that's not quite so easy, because as we talked about before, some of the areas are controlled by people and they might not want to give up the items so easily. So you might have to ask for favours, or you can fight, and other gameplay like that. But once all the items have been created, collected even, to create a bomb or a weapon, then the player can break down one of these entrances and head out to the more futuristic area, and start to take out some of the people that have put them in this situation. So that's kind of a basic story and some basic gameplay. However, the next module is gameplay creation for the environment. For now, I would like to focus on the theme, and I hope that my theme has been conveyed through the environment, as small as it is. Okay, so that's the basic run through of my environment. At the moment it's still very basic, and the gameplay ideas will advance in the future. But for now, I hope that you got the message from the visuals of the environment of what it could be. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.